Thank you so much for having us here tonight. Really appreciate being here. And there's Michelle and Tracy, congratulations. The amount of work that is done here is amazing and very humbling. I want to start by telling you how great it is that we can celebrate this date night with me and Shannon tonight, with all of you here. We still have two little ones home. We have two older kids that are married and grown, but we have two little ones we adopted that are 14 and 12. So we divide and conquer quite a bit. And it's so nice to be home, and it's very nice to have her here with me. In fact, I was just thinking of a story that happened to us a couple of weeks ago. Before I started running, I guess I'm a politician now, it's still hard to say that, but haircuts are more important than they've ever been. Because before you didn't really care. So I was at work the other day and my assistant ran in, she says, "You're late for your haircut, you've got to go right now." And I was in a meeting, so I took off running, sprinting, because I didn't want to miss it, because once you miss it, it's a mess. And I run in, and as soon as I walk in, there's my wife. And I said, "Honey, I'm so glad I had no idea she was getting her haircut too." So we've been passing in the night so much, I said, "Can we just sit right next to each other and get our haircut together?" And we did. It was amazing. So those are the little simple things that happen in life, but it's sure been a great year. What an amazing time I've had getting to know so many different places and people around this state, and getting to know the great work that's done in this state of Idaho. We live in the greatest country in the history of the world. We have a document called the Constitution that is the greatest God-given document that's ever been given to a country in the history of the world. And free markets and free people are what we're about. This state, the state of Idaho, has the most amazing people built on a heritage of hard work and values, a can-do spirit, and people that work hard every single day. We need a government that works as hard as they do. I'm going to tell you the story just from this afternoon. This afternoon we received a great email last night into our campaign, and it was from a lady and her daughter that live out here in this area. They said, "Please stop by our home." Apparently about 14 years ago, I'm an emergency room doctor, I was able to go into a room and take care of a little 8-year-old girl and was able to diagnose her with a brain tumor. She made it, we stayed in contact for a while, and now they said, "We saw you running and we just want to give you a hug." So we went by their house today. It's been 14 years. She has her own 2 little children that are very active and running around. But as we sat there talking to them today, it reminded me of the 2 biggest reasons I'm doing this. Number one, as it goes with healthcare in this country, the joke has been on us too long. We have got to stop talking about how to fund this beast and start talking in America, and let's start right here in Idaho, about how can we deliver healthcare to our people at the cost of healthcare. It is absolutely possible, but we need to start now, and we're going to start here in Idaho. Secondly, her husband is a plumber. And we sat there talking about his job and his wages and their dreams to own a house someday. We have too much poverty in this state. Yeah, we've got jobs and things are headed in the right direction, but going from 44th to 41st in median wage is not good enough. We need to keep our kids here, and we will not rest one day. When that sun comes up and goes down, we will be in that Capitol working until this state, Idaho, is not the butt of every joke on education, but we lead the country in education. If we do that, it will fuel our economy, it will fuel our jobs, and more importantly, these Idaho kids that look you in the eye and want hope, they want to stay here. They want to stay here and be part of this heritage. But right now they leave and they don't come back. There's way more that we can do. This plumber today sat there and said, "How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I make it? How do I figure this out?" And I promised him that every single decision, 100% of the decisions that I make, will be through the eyes of what is best for small business and the families of Idaho. No more special interests. No more looking at things of what's best for the big businesses and the companies that are doing just fine. We're doing just fine. My companies are doing just fine. We will focus on small business and the families of Idaho. This is the greatest state in the country and the greatest country in the world. We can build an even better Idaho. But I believe we need fresh ideas and a new approach to the way we're doing things. I can't wait to serve you. It's been the most amazing year of my life, and I cannot wait for these next few weeks to get through so we can keep on going. Thank you very much.